On January 31st, 2005, the Jamestown area was privileged to have Jack McKeon, manager of the Florida Marlins, in our presence.
On May 11th, he managed the team to a Major League leading 75-49 record. He became the oldest manager to take over a team and then win the World Series. The National League Manager of the Year, Jack McKeon.
The series against the Cubs in that famous inning. Fill me in about what you felt as that inning continued and you kept scoring run after run. Were you like, did you slap yourself and think I gotta wake up? I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Well, I didn't slap myself, but I just kept enjoying the hell out of it, I'll tell you that. And once again, you know, we sit back, I pinch hit. You remember if I pinch hit for the shortstop, Gonzalez, and it started that inning, and all of a sudden here comes the replacement, Mordecai, up with the bases loaded, and we only got a 2 or 3 run lead, and all of a sudden he hits that double to clear the bases, and when that happened, I said, we're in.
Beginning to run out of outs against Mark White. That ball hammered into left center field. 3 runs are going to score on a double by Mordecai. And the Florida Marlins have come back from 3 games to 1 down to win the National League pennant. What an amazing story.
Big churchgoer. I go to church every day. Whenever I can, most of the time. But anyway, I go, and one of my favorite saints is St. Teresa in the Catholic Church. She's a prodigy, prodigy of miracles. And I go to church in the Cub game, in game 6. I go to church, and I don't know the pastor of this church in Chicago, but I'm sitting in the pew there, and all of a sudden the guy comes up and taps me on the shoulder. And he said, good luck today. And I said, how do you know me? Oh, I see you come in here often. I said, good. Well, I felt something inside me saying, we're in. He wished me good luck, we're in today. Okay, we won. Game 7. I go to church the next morning. The priest says, today is the feast day of St. Teresa. No contest. We're in.
That game 6, was it really a thing to strive to the guys, now we got to go out to win game 7, just because you're so high after that game 6?
No, I don't. We've never pushed that button of you got to win this game. My philosophy was the entire series, World Series, hey, we're not supposed to be here. Just go out, relax, have fun, do your best. The pressure is on those guys. Just play our game the regular way and let the pressure be on them. We're not supposed to win. Everybody's picked these other guys. Let's go out and have fun to show them. But I'll tell you, in that game, we were down. We had 4 outs to go. 4 outs. And everything fell our way. I'm sitting in the dugout thinking, what am I going to tell these guys at the end? I'm trying to think of, thanks for the great season, and everything like that. And all of a sudden, bingo, we're ahead.
Is that why this is the best sport? Because there isn't a clock? And that you guys were 4 outs away. You weren't 2 minutes away or a minute and a half. And there's no clock to end that game.
Well, it's the same with the Yankees. They're 4 outs away. And, yeah, I think it's great that we don't have a clock. I go back to '84, sitting in my box in San Diego, and we're playing the Cubs, and we're getting beat. And Rick Sutcliffe's pitching an outstanding game, and I think the score is 3-0. We score a run, and the president of the club in the 7th inning comes over and he said, doesn't look good. I said, no. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, Sutcliffe's starting to tire. I said, he's getting the ball up. I said, if we can get a man or two on base, I said, next inning, I said, we could cause some problems. Well, everything happened. We got the guy on, and then, of course, Flannery pinch hits. A ground ball goes through his Durham's legs. We tie the game. Tony Gwynn comes up, hits a double. We're ahead. And somebody else gets another hit. We've got a 3 or 4 run lead and got the best relief pitcher in the game down there, Lee Smith, and never got a chance to get in the game.
In the National League, 1984 was something of a dream year for the Chicago Cubs, who won the East Division and entered postseason play for the first time in 39 years. And the dream continued as the Cubs won the first 2 games of the best-of-5 championship series with the Padres. But when the series moved to San Diego, it became a nightmare, especially when Steve Garvey homered in the bottom of the 9th to win Game 4. The upstart Padres went on to take the finale, win the pennant, and gain the right to face the Tigers in the World Series.
Story of which is attributed to you, dealing with the gunshot.
It's true.
Let's hear about that story.
I had a Cuban player. It was 1960, 61, whatever, the Bay of Pigs, 61. I had a Cuban player, Juan Vistor, playing center field. Good player. I coached in third base. You get a base hit to center field. Here he come around in second base, round third, and I try to hold him up. Bing, right by you, out at the plate. And a week later, same situation, out at the plate. So after about the second or third time, I said, look, pal, I said, next time you do that, I'm going to shoot you. And I just said it as a figure of speech. And long and behold, we went to Greensboro the next day on a road trip. And I went out to get a bite at lunch and happened to walk past a pawn shop. Blank guns for sale, $3.95. So I went in and bought 2 blank guns. Got enough cartridges. In fact, I still got some. And I still use it to shoot the geese. But anyway, I put it in my back pocket, and because I knew it was going to happen again. So about 2 weeks later, he's on second base. It's 2 outs. It's a ground ball hit up the middle. The shortstop goes over and knocks the ball down, picks it up. Here he comes around third, and I throw up the stop sign right on by me. I whipped out that six gun. I shot them bullets at this guy. He dove about 30 feet through the air, the guy threw the ball in, hit him in the back of the helmet. The ball ricocheted into the dugout. He scored, and he's laying on the ground with his hands covering his head, trying to peek out to see who's shooting at him. But I never had any more problem with him. That's exactly what I did, and I made so many trades that one of the writers over there nicknamed me Trader Jack, and that name is, I mean, I go around the country today and hardly 10% of the people call me by my name. They call me Trader.
Does your family ever call you Trader?
Oh, yeah, my grandkids, and they all come in and say, hey, Trader. They don't call me Grandpa, hey, Trader, hey, Trader.
Speaking of which, you're the manager in 1988 of the Padres, and your son-in-law is a guy named Greg Booker. And shortly thereafter, you managed to trade your son-in-law. Tell me about how that occurred, and what was the conversation?
Well, it wasn't too tough. I mean, here was a guy that was, I drafted him out of college in Elon, and he was dating my daughter. We drafted him in the 10th round that year, 81, along with Tony Gwynn and John Kruk and Mick Reynolds. And I traded him because, you know, when you're in San Diego, and he was one of the guys that I used to call an abuser. You know, we'd have him in the bullpen, and you're down by 3 or 4 or 5 runs. You could always throw him in, and if it was one of those days we're going to hit him, you're going to get beat. You might get beat 11-1. Let him go out there and stay out there and suffer and save the bullpen. And, you know, of course, the fans would boo him. And, you know, say the only reason he's on the team is because he's my son-in-law. And finally, after about 3 years, I got tired of that, and he got tired of that. And I had an opportunity to trade him, and we traded. And that's basically what it was. So I figured this would be it was the best of both worlds to just move on, and also gave me something that writers could write about to say, hey, you traded your son-in-law, you know. It's like